Hello everyone, welcome to the Signalia tutorial. In this video, I'm going to delve into the UIAnimatable script. I've already delved into the UI view and the UI button in other videos, and I'm going to pick off exactly from where I left off to show you the beauty of the UIAnimatable script and how you can use it to make your more fluid and how you can use it to animate things that are neither a button nor a menu. So in this example, I'm going to animate the Signalia logo that's in this menu. And I'm also going to animate the exit button. So here's what we're going to do. The goal of this video is I want this exit button to scale up like this when I open the menu. So when I open the menu, it's going to start from here and then it's going to expand like this. That's the exit button. And as for the Signalia framework logo, I want it to breathe like this. So that's the goal that we want to do with the UI script. I'm going to name this here to logo so that we can actually see that. I'm going to enlarge it just a little bit. And now let's start with the exit button first. So we're going to go here right below the UI button script, right below all of this, and we're going to add in a UIAnimatable script. Now the UIAnimatable script simply animates an object and that's it. It only applies or plays a UI animation asset without anything else. It does supply you with UI events and radio system events. Sorry, it supplies you with a Unity event and a radio system event depending on the start and the end of the animation. And that's all it offers you. So if I click here and add, you'll find that there's a animation asset that I can play, there's an event, and there's also a Unity event. There's also an audio if I need it. It's like a start and end audio for when this plays. So let's start with main first. I'm going to name this opening, and I'm going to go to the next one, and I'm going to add in a hide or closing. And for opening, I'm just going to add in a scale up. So actually here, I think it's show. There's the pop in, pop up, which is basically the showing of this. So if I play animation by index here, it looks like this. And for closing, I want pop down, which is hiding. If I change this index to 1, there it is. So that's pretty much it. Now we have an exit and an enter animation. One more thing I wanted to mention is that on the animatable, make sure that you set up the first and second element as showing and then hiding. In that the first element needs to be the showing animation and the second element needs to be the hiding animation. Now we're going to go over to the UI view itself and we're going to go to the Cascade tab and we're going to use these buttons, which are basically what they're going to do is they're going to pick up UIAnimatable scripts that are inside of the UI view and they're going to connect it to the UI view in such that when a UI view is shown, it will invoke the UIAnimatable script in this list. And it's going to either show it or hide it. So say a UI view hides, it's going to invoke the hiding animation of the animatable. And if the UI view shows, then it's going to invoke the showing animation of the animatable. These buttons here will help you do this quickly so that you don't have to do this by hand. And you can use them. Here it says add domino cascade. What this means is that if there's a lot of UIAnimatable components here, say that there's this and there's also some buttons like the, say, a settings and or character or inventory screen or whatever other buttons are in here, you can all add them in here using this button, and it's going to add a certain time delay between all of them depending on their hierarchy so that they cascade in. That's where the name cascade comes in from. So that's pretty much what a cascade is. It's something or a UIAnimatable that will play when a UI view shows. Now, it's not necessarily a UIAnimatable. You can also add in a UI view. It can also be a UI view within a UI view. So say you have this UI view and inside of it or outside of it, say that there's like a mini UI view that pops out of it. You can have this UI view show up here and you can add it into the cascade and you can decide if you want to show it on end or with the menu and if there's a delay or some such. And that's it. There's also an audio tab if you want to control that. But for now, I'm just going to add using the domino for show only. What does this mean? Is that it will only play or it will only add the animatable to play on end of showing animation. So if I click this, it's gonna check this box, which is show on end. If I use the hide only, it's gonna do this, hide on end. And full, it's gonna do it on both. So we're just gonna use this button for the show. Usually the show is the one we wanna use the most. And that's it. Now if we go to the menu and show it, what's gonna happen is this will pop in after the menu has animated inward. So we're gonna click here, and as you can see, it animated inward, just like that. Now, say I want it to come in late. Say that you made a, I don't know, timed ad or a pop-up that you want the user to read before they hide it. So you want the exit button to appear late before the user can hide the menu. You can easily do this by going to the cascade, going to the exit button here, the exit target, and just adding a show delay, so 2 seconds. Now if I show this, it's going to show 2 seconds after the UI view for the menu finishes animating. As you can see, it took 2 seconds and then it showed. This is pretty useful if you want a menu to be hideable after a certain amount of time. Now, let's do the Signalia framework logo. For the logo, I'm not going to do a cascade or anything. I just want it to animate, like breathe slowly, like scale up and scale down. So let's add a UIAnimatable on it. And let's go to the animation list, and we're just going to add one, because it's not an entering or closing animation, it's just going to be one looping animation. So let's go to the animation asset and just add in breathing. There's already 2 assets in here that you can use from template. So let's go to, for example, Saint breathing, and try it out. Now if you play or test a looping animation, immediately you're going to get a message in the console that tells you that it's only going to play it for 3 or 2 loops, and that's it. Because obviously looping animation should not keep playing in the editor preview. So let's just test it. As you can see here, it's scaling up and down, that it's very faint. It's too faint for what we need. So let's actually stop this, and let's try this again. Let's add the other one. Maybe the other one is a little bit stronger. Like, yeah, this one is a lot more visible. So let's just use it. We're gonna check play on enable, so that this plays when the scene enables, or when the object enables, sorry. And we're gonna save this, and then we're gonna jump into the game. Now if we open the menu, as you can see here, it's breathing, and the exit button appears late, and that's pretty much it. That's how UIAnimatables work. The way they work is they just animate things that are not a button or a UI view, or if you just want to animate something like, say, a loading screen. If you go, for example, there's a loading screen, prefab, or scene that you can look at, which has basically this little prism here. Let's go into animate. If you go into the spinning crystal, it has the loading icon animation. As you can see, it looks like this. If you jump into the scene, it looks like this. This is a pretty useful tool for things like this, and it's pretty much what you should use it for. You should use it for things that you want to animate in the UI, but are not really any special. They don't have any special logic, they just want to animate. And yeah, that's basically how UIAnimatables are. I might go into a different video explaining some more intricacies for how to use it, but in terms of how tutorials go, there isn't really much to explain. That's how simple UIAnimatables are. And yeah, I hope this video was helpful for you. I might delve into cascades again, since they might be more complicated than the UIAnimatable itself. But so let me know if you want any specific tutorials regarding this utility in the Discord community group, and I'll make sure to make a video on that. And thank you, I hope this video was useful for you, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.